All right, now I'm going to talk to you about how to use point-slope form to find the equation of a line. And the purpose of the point-slope form is you're still going to end up writing your equation, the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, but point-slope form is another tool you can use to help you get there, because sometimes you're not going to have the y-intercept, and the y-intercept is needed to put it in point-slope form. So to put it in slope-intercept form. So I'm just going to show you another way that you can do this. And so here's the formula for point-slope form. You've got y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And x1 and y1, those are the points that you're going to use. Point-slope form means you just have to have a point. With slope-intercept form, you have to have the intercept to put it in slope-intercept form. With point-slope form, you can have any point, but you need the slope. And so m again stands for the slope, and then y1 and x1, that's the point that we're going to use to plug it in here to eventually get it to slope-intercept form. So let's try this example. It says write an equation in slope-intercept form if the slope of the line is 2 and -2, 4 is a point on the line. So we've got our formula. Remember, it's y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Okay, so I'm going to plug in, this is my slope, which is m, and this is going to be x1, and then this is y1. All right, so I've got y minus my y1, which is 4, is equal to my slope of m, which is 2, times x minus x1, which is -2. Oops, sorry, slipped there. All right. So I'm going to do a little bit of simplifying here. Y minus 4, I can't do anything with that yet. I'm going to distribute this 2 to everything that's inside the parentheses. And I'm also going to rewrite this. Whenever I see minus and negative, this is the same thing as plus. So this is really x plus 2, if you want to rewrite it like that. To me, that just makes it a little bit simpler. So I'm going to distribute it. 2 times x is 2x, and then 2 times 2 is 4. So 2 times x plus 2 is equal to 2x plus 4. Then I want to get this all by itself, because now I used this, which is point-slope form, but I want to simplify it all the way so that it looks like slope-intercept form, which, to refresh your memory, is y equals mx plus b. So I need to get rid of this -4 right here. So to do that, I'm going to add 4 to each side. And when I do that, and sorry, that looks kind of messy, I am left with y is equal to 2x, and then the +4 plus 4 is +8. And so here's what we have. This is our answer. When it says write an equation in slope-intercept form, this is slope-intercept form, y equals 2x plus 8. All right, so let's do another example. Write an equation in slope-intercept form if the slope of the line is -3 and the point 3, -1 is on the line. All right, so again, the formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And I am going to say, okay, this is m, and this is x1, and then this is y1. So I'm going to plug everything in. I've got y minus y1 is -1, and that's equal to my slope of -3 times x minus x1, which is 3. So now I'm going to do a little bit of simplifying. Again, when I see the minus and negative, I'm going to rewrite that as plus. So this is y plus 1 is equal to -3 times x is -3x, and then -3 times -3 is +9. And again, I need to get this -1 or +1 off, so I'm going to subtract it. So I'm going to subtract 1 from each side. So I'm going to subtract 1 from this side and subtract 1 over here. And that leaves me with y is equal to -3x plus 8. And this is your answer. It is in, I don't know what that was, and it is in slope-intercept form. Okay, y equals mx plus b. Now, there are going to be times where you're not going to be given the slope. You're going to be given 2 points. But remember, if you know 2 points, you can find the slope of the line. Slope of your line is the difference between your y's over the difference between your x's. That is what slope is equal to. So for this particular example, my slope is equal to -1 minus 8, which is -9, and then -3 minus 4, which is -7. And this simplifies to 9/7. So the slope here is going to be 9/7. So again, we're going to plug this into our formula where we've got y minus, now I can use either one of these, but if I'm going to use this one, if this is my x1, I need to use this one as my y1. Or I could use this as my x1 and this is my y1. It really doesn't matter as long as you are consistent. So I've got y minus, I'm going to go ahead and use this one, y minus 8 is equal to m, which is our slope, so it's going to be 9/7 times x minus my x1, which is 4. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to use the distributive property and simplify this a bit. So I've got y minus 8 is equal to 9/7 times x is just 9/7 x minus 9/7 times 4. 9/7 times 4, I'll just show you. We've got 9/7 times 4. That's equal to 36/7. And we're just going to leave it as 36/7, all right? All right, and now, again, we want to get rid of this -8, so we're going to add 8 to both sides. And when I do that, I am left with y is equal to 9/7 x. And then I've got -36/7 plus 8. This is like 8/1. All right, going back to some math for you. Remember, you got to have a common denominator. So this is going to be 56/7. Common denominator is 7, so I got to multiply the 8 by 7. So 8/1 is the same thing as 56/7. Well, -36/7 plus 56/7 is equal to positive 20/7. And you can leave it like this. You don't need to rewrite it any other way. This is perfectly fine. All right, and let me give you one more where we've got 2 points. So again, because we have 2 points, we have to first figure out what the slope is. So we're going to take the difference between our x's. So 9 minus 1 is 8. And then the difference between our y's, -2 minus 0 is -2. So this slope simplifies to -4. So the slope here is -4. Well, now we're going to plug that in. So we've got y, and again, let me actually erase that. The slope is -4. We can remember that. Equals -4. Okay. It doesn't matter, again, which one of these points you use. I'm going to use this one. So this is my x and this is my y1. My x1 and my y1. Okay. So y minus y1, which is 1, is equal to my slope, which is -4, times x minus x1, which is 0. Now I'm going to do some simplifying. So I got my y minus 1 is equal to -4, because I've got to distribute this to everything that's on the inside. -4 times x is -4x, and then -4 times 0 is just 0. So I don't need to put plus 0 here. That's, you just don't need that. So now we're going to add 1 to both sides. So we have y is equal to -4x plus 1. I don't know why that does that.